Hey everyone, Morgan here, and welcome to part 2 of the Situational Awareness series. If you missed part 1, it is in the playlist of Back to Basics, and it's also in the playlist of Situational Awareness. So today's episode is going to be focusing on limiting distractions. When it comes to situational awareness, we want to try our best to limit distractions. This does not mean that we have to go about our life, on the outside of our house or even on the inside of our home by simply being a statue and always paying attention and always listening and always, seeing every single little minute detail that's going on around us. I think even at home, we need to be aware because things can happen even in our home. Of course, people can come into our space, we need to be situationally aware no matter where we are. But this isn't to say that, we can't watch TV, we can't listen to music. This isn't to say that we can't do any of these things, but we do need to limit the liability of these distractions because a distraction could be something that somebody else sees as an opportunity. So we want to try to limit these distractions as very best as possible, especially when we're out and about in very public, busy places where distractions are abundant. But we can't control every single distraction, but we can try to limit it and we can try to mitigate it through several different techniques and being aware of how we are dealing with distractions on a regular basis. There are always going to be distractions. When you're grocery shopping, you're looking for products. You are essentially distracted by shopping. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just something that we have to be aware of. We are essentially in the moment as we are looking around for the type of product that we want. We're grabbing it. That is a moment of distraction. It really is. But it's not that moment of looking around for something. It's the moments prior. It's the moments after. It's looking around prior to actually picking up those products to see if there's any familiar faces around you, just to kind of see what's going on. So you're surveying the area constantly. And again, this doesn't mean that your head is on a constant swivel. You're just paying attention. And the way that you pay attention to what's going on around you is by limiting the bigger distractions. For example, we want to stay off our phone. Unless our phone has some sort of grocery list or something on it, and we're taking a very quick peek at it every once in a while, we want to stay off our phone. Don't text, don't watch videos. You try not to even have actual phone conversations in public. These are all distractions, and they can be detrimental, not just because somebody else is seeing you, but you yourself could be distracted from a car coming at you or whatever the case may be. So try to stay off your phone in public. There is nothing so important that you have to look at your phone while you're in public. Wait until you get home, preferably, but if you want to check your phone in your car, make sure that you've surveyed the area, you've got into your car, you've locked your car door, and then you may proceed to look at your phone and do whatever. But try not to spend too much time sitting in your car staring at your phone. I'm pretty sure most things can wait until they get home. The next is going to be children. Children are a huge distraction, and every time I post a video about situational awareness and kids, or I post a video of me with my children, people always say, "Oh, I feel so bad for parents because they have huge distractions." The thing is, kids can definitely be a distraction, and for parents to try to say that they're not, they're lying to yourself, okay? So kids are a distraction. They can be loud. They don't listen. There's a whole bunch of things that are happening here. But there are ways that we can mitigate this. First of all, we can try to give them something to do while in the store. We can give them a task. You may be totally against the iPhone or the iPad, but it is a way to them to be essentially distracted while you can focus on the area around you as well as any shopping that you need to do. 2, you could simply leave them at home. Of course, that's not an option for anybody, for, everybody, anybody. It's not always an option. And I like going out and about with my family, so I make it work. 3rd would be to educate your children. Hey, let's sit in the cart and you can help me shop from the cart. This way, your kids are in the cart. They're not running around. There's still going to be a distraction because, of course, you're going to be talking to your children, right? But there'll be less of a distraction than if they're running around being crazy, right? And another option is simply to shop online and to pick up in the grocery store so that you're mitigating that distraction altogether, especially if you know that your kids are very rowdy and can be very distracting in the store. So there are ways for you to mitigate the distraction of children. Mostly, though, educating children is really important. Educate them about crossing the street. Educate them about holding your hand during certain scenarios. Educate them about how to act in public. That is one of the biggest things that we can do as parents for our children, is to educate them about how to act in public. The next one is going to be try not to listen to headphones when you're out in public. Now, I know when people like to run and things like that, they like to put headphones in and listen to music. I get that. However, if you are going to do that, put one headphone in and put the music on low. This way you still have your sense of hearing and it's not totally blocked off. The next one is going to be get plenty of sleep. Sleep deprivation can lead to distractions. It can lead to drowsiness, which leads to you being essentially distracted and slower reactions, slower thought processes, slower everything. If you are sleep deprived, your mind and body cannot function properly. So get the appropriate amount of sleep that you need. This is extremely important. Lastly, I want to talk about clearing your mind. When you're out and about, I want you to think about the tasks at hand. Don't think about the argument you just had, or don't think about your job. Don't think about finances. Don't think about anything other than the task at hand. A busy mind is a huge distraction. Concentrating on what's going on in your head is distracting you from what's going on around you. Instead, I want you to try this when you're out. I want you to look at the world around you, to look at your situation, to look at the area around you. I want you to notice people. I want you to notice things. I want you to notice signs. I want you to notice the color of cars, the color of shirts that people are wearing. And I want you to really think and look at your situation and the world around you. Your mind is now focusing in on what is really going on around you, instead of your mind going, I wonder who's texting me, or I should text this person, or I really want to listen to this podcast right now, or did I turn the burner off on my stove, right? Your mind is now focused on what you're actually doing. It's called mindfulness. If you take anything away from this video, I want you to practice mindfulness. Practice being in the moment, not being distracted by anything or everything, and just focusing on the task at hand. Thank you all so much for watching part 2 of the Situational Awareness series. I will have more parts. Please look forward to part 3 and potentially part 4 and 5, depending on how I go with this. Thank you all so much for watching. I'd love to hear your comments down below. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.